Reports have come out now from Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams that Andre Iguodala is not going to be returning to the Miami Heat next season. Miami have declined the player option for him at $15 million for next season. Meanwhile, as I was making this thumbnail, Goran Dragic, his team option has been picked up by the Miami Heat, and he will be returning next year at $19.4 million. And so this gives Miami a bit more flexibility to acquire Kyle Lowry via a sign and trade a bit more easily. Of course, they still have Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson as restricted free agents as well as Ariza as a free agent. Two players that they may be interested in retaining, but it does give them a bit more flexibility, taking them down under $100 million at around $99 million in committed spending for next season for the extension of Kendrick Nunn or Duncan Robinson, or before a potential signing of Kyle Lowry. But this helps them have a bit more flexibility than that, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit more in this video. Now, it is worth noting, even after the declining of Andre Iguodala's team option, Miami would still have to make more moves to make a straight outright signing of Kyle Lowry work. They would have had to decline the player option of Goran Dragic and Andre Iguodala to make that situation a reality. But as it currently stands, there is no option for Miami to straight out sign Kyle Lowry. They'd have to get rid of Goran Dragic, and given that they just opted into that team option for him next season, I would find that to be highly unlikely. That being said, I don't really have that much more to say about Miami. We're going to try and get Kyle Lowry. It's still going to have to be via sign and trade, probably involving one of Precious Achiuwa, Tyler Hero, or one of their RFAs, if not both of Duncan Robinson or Kendrick Nunn, the value of which I've talked about in previous videos and can be discussed by a million people on Twitter right now. But I want to talk about what lies for Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala is not going to be returning to Miami, or at least not at $15 million. It's surely not a given that he doesn't stay on the team and come back on a much lesser deal. But I find it more likely that he probably doesn't return to Miami, and he probably tries to go on a bit more of a contender than Miami, tries to get a chip. Now the question asks, does he go back to Golden State? It is a genuine question. That was where he won his chips. That's where he had some of the best years of his careers, post Philadelphia and Denver days, where he was more of a key guy, a leader on a team. But he's had some very big moments as a depth guy off of the bench for Golden State, and I don't think Golden State would be opposed to bringing in Iguodala to have him off the bench for some good depth, some experience, some leadership, to reunite him with Steph, Clay, and Draymond as they will try to mount another title run next season. Whether that's going to be of interest for Andre Iguodala remains to be seen, but anywhere he goes is probably going to be a veteran's minimum, and so I don't think the salary is going to sway him one way or another. The Lakers, I'm sure, will also express much interest in him, as they've already expressed interest in Carmelo Anthony and Rudy Gay. They're obviously in the market for some depth because they need a lot of it. They only have 5 or 6 guys committed to their roster for next season as it currently stands. And so Andre Iguodala is definitely someone that could rise to the top of that list now with his championship pedigree and experience this time with Golden State. He had a bit of spacing, some experience in that locker room, and some solid wing defense. Although he's, of course, nowhere near what he was 4 or 5 years ago, he can still bring a lot to a locker room and to a team. And so those are some of the things you should probably look out for Andre Iguodala over the next few days. That is my thoughts on Andre Iguodala and Goran Dragic's team options being decided on by Miami today before free agency starts tomorrow. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on those decisions down below in the comment section. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.